you can easily lose money if you make it hard for your customers to do business with you. So what you need to do is make it easy for people to do business with you. And now here's my story. So I go to Google Maps and I'm like, yoga or Baptiste Power Yoga, because that's what I'm looking for. And it comes up and it's Big Power Yoga. And I go to the website and it's like, I'm gonna go to classes. And I'm like, okay, yes, it is Baptiste Yoga, not just someone else's yoga that came up that I, would be fine, but like, I wanna go to Baptiste Yoga Studio, check it out. And it says class at 5:30, blah, blah, blah. And so I sign up for the class and it's like 4 o'clock and I sign up and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to yoga. But I got plenty of time to finish the work I need to do, go to yoga. So I'm borrowing my brother's car and I am, I'm like, okay, it says I'm gonna take 20 minutes. I'll leave a half hour early. I left 35 minutes early. I realized there's rush hour traffic because it's a 5:30 class. I bust my ass to get there. I'm like, there it is, and parking was tough, but I got parking. I roll in and the door was locked. I was like, maybe they locked it. I was like, hey, I signed up for the class right now. And she was like, we don't have a class right now. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have a class right now? I was like, I signed up for the 5:30 class. She's like, oh, maybe you signed up for our class in Houston. I was like, Houston? There's not a Houston neighborhood in Denver. And she's like, in Texas. I'm like, okay. And she was nice, and I was like, yeah, I'm in town, and and we chatted for 5 minutes, and she was like, I texted she pulled it up. I was like, oh yeah, that's the class I signed up for with this guy. It was like Power Flow Jams. I'm excited. I was like, you mean it's not happening? And they had a class so this was at 5:30, and they had a class that started at 5, and I would have been there at 5 if I knew the class was there at 5. So what did I do? Well, here's the problem. The problem was that they have one website for all 3 locations, and I think it's, let me see, I think I still have it. I can't share with you on my screen share, but they have 2 Houston locations and they have a Denver location, but they have one website. And you go in and it's a mind-body, so the scheduler is a mind-body scheduler, and it's got these little tabs at the top, but it doesn't really, unless you're here, local, whatever. I mean, I didn't notice it. If I was a first-time visitor in Denver, I don't know that I would have noticed it either. Part of this is the mind-body thing, and I'm not gonna slam mind-body or Big Power Yoga, but it's they only have one website for their 3 locations in 2 cities that are nowhere near each other. So I went to Google Maps, I clicked on their website, I went to the scheduling, and I was like, ooh, 5:30 class, sign up, entered my name, paid for it, showed up. They refunded me and everything. But they should have a separate website or landing page for their Denver location, and they should have 2 separate websites for their 2 different Houston locations. Like, it shouldn't, that shouldn't be the issue. Like, that should be a non-issue, okay? And, it should default to the schedule per each, studio. Just make it easy for me, right? So what I do, I was like, all right, I need it. She's like, well, we have a class at 6:30. Well, I have to meet my brother at 7:30, so that's not gonna work. And so I put in my phone, I was like, CrossFit. I was like, okay, there's 2 CrossFit locations close by, 7:20 CrossFit. They've got a 6 o'clock class. I can do 6 to 7 and be home in time. Boom, I went there. I didn't sign up online, but it was 5 blocks away. I went there and I walked in and I stood there for about 5 minutes, and the coach came over and she's like, you're here to drop in? And I was like, yep. She's like, all right, I'll take care of you in a few minutes when I'm done getting everyone through this like AMRAP thing. So I got signed up, and what she does? She goes, okay, the drop-in fee is $25. I'd paid $20 at yoga. It's $25, or you can buy a t-shirt. I was like, I'll take the t-shirt. So check it out. I've got this nice, comfy, soft 720 CrossFit t-shirt. So what they do, they had a clear schedule on their website. I show up and they're like, first class? It's not first class, it's free, it's $25. Or you can buy a t-shirt. So I walk out of there with some branding so that basically they're making it easy for me to do business with them and tell the world about their business. And guess what? I posted on Instagram right afterwards. I'm telling you guys about their business. And, you know, like I got a great workout in. Like, you know, I didn't get any bro nods from people. Like no one was like, hey, Aaron, it wasn't the friendliest, like from some of the people in the class, but the coach was nice. I got a great workout. There's no oxygen up here. Like I was dying just after the warm up. But my point is you need to make it easy. It's kind of like if someone comes to your website and they can't find your phone number and they can't find your, they can't find your email address. Well, or you put information on your website that wasn't true. Like stop into the clinic anytime, and if anytime you don't have a reception out front, stopping in the clinic anytime isn't going to happen. It's like you want to make it easy for people to do business with you when they want to do business with you. And this has happened to me plenty of times. Haven't you felt like this before, where going in, I'm going to buy something, and you show up and no one asks you, hey, can I help you today? You're like, why don't you want to do business? Like, it's like, you don't even need to sell me. It's like, I'm here to do business with you. You just have to ask for the sale. That doesn't mean you should always put like a book now or schedule appointment now button on your website. But when people show interest, you should make it easy for them to do business with you. That's my point today. I just thought I thought you would love it, because it's just a clear example of, like, what, $25 to them, but someone got my business and someone got a big shout out on social media and someone else didn't.